Hey Ali, I'm gonna do this very simple. I'm just gonna tell you like what I personally would do if I had the patience to go through such an ambitious project, instead of also explaining why I want this and why I want that, because I don't think that's time efficient for you to watch half an hour of every person you send the mouse to uh, talk about why they do something. So instead I'm just gonna say what I would do and how this would work for me personally, just a me thing, right? And then you have to compare between all the different people, what their me things are, and like find a median between that. So I personally, I'd like to move the thumb contact point more forward and interconnect these two contact points, maybe also move them more forward to be more in line with the sensor position. So instead of this, where the line from ring finger to thumb like kinda goes through the sensor position in a diagonal, I'd move it further forwards and then have the contact point go right in between these fingers. Yeah. I'd also like to give my personal opinion on sensor position and how it affects your aim or the feeling of a mouse. And for me, sensor position for pushed forward tends to feel more snappy and fast, while the sensor position pushed further backwards, like for example on the new Razer Death Adder, or like on an NP01 where the sensor is very far behind where you grip it. That seems to me, seems to be more stable in uh, how you aim, and of course it's also leverage. If you have something up here, you have a much longer distance than when you move something like this, of course. So, and on a mouse this light, I don't really think you need to like multiply the distance you have through leverage, and it's much more value to have a more stable experience. So I think that's also another reason why I find myself gripping so so forward on the mouse, and why I think it could be shorter. Then you could also shorten. You could completely remove this section under here if you move everything forward and shorten it, and then like have a torsion bar go between this or the battery, like holding the battery in because mine's kind of coming loose. Kind of a torsion bar going through here into the thumb rest. And if you want to, I really like these mouse buttons, they feel really nice, but you could hang the mouse buttons off that torsion bar, and then people would also be able to grip further more forward, which would make using the scroll wheel a little bit easier. Um, but it does feel incredibly intuitive. I'm surprised with that, even though the contact points aren't like really how I would grip on a bigger mouse. But I'm just shocked how I I've played this for maybe two and a half dozen hours only, and I already can tell you I just cannot play with the 60-gram mouse fingertip anymore. It's just not possible. It's so nice, it's so effortless to move this, and those contact points are just something that would make it easier for me to use. Then also I give some more thoughts to mechanical design, like for example I don't know why this is completely filled in. You could easily save a gram here. I don't know, I have slim fingers, but I don't really see a reason for the thumbnail rest to be so huge. I don't know, I only use about 2/3 of it when I grip it. So for me it could be a lot flatter, that would save another half a gram. And yeah, more mechanical things, but I'm not a mechanical engineer, I don't know. I think you should try to find someone with a mechanical engineering background to like look over this, look over what interconnects you need, how thick, because it just seems overdone that this interconnect, this bridge here is so thick compared to the outside bridges, compared to the bridges back here. Yeah, I just try to find a person that has a mechanical engineering background to look over these things again. Yeah, otherwise, so far, without putting in immense amounts of hours on the mouse and like getting used to it, because I think getting used to something like a mouse kind of defeats the purpose of like initial impressions and something that makes it more intuitive. Yeah, other than that, I wouldn't really know what to tell you about this. Um, so I don't know if you want me to send this to someone else you had in mind here in Europe, or if you don't want that, I'm gonna send it to my friends, because a lot of my friends are very, very keen on trying this out, and then I'll relay their feedback to you. Or you just tell me an address I should ship this to. Yeah. That's about it from me. Thank you. Thank you a lot for trusting me with this, and I think you really have something going here. I really like the vision.